Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 11 of Sports on the Rocks. I have Dustin and Drew with me as always. Um, but before we get going, before we get started on this, I gotta have a little disclaimer. I know you hear it from every podcast, that you listen to, and unfortunately, we're no different. We need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, comment, follow along with us. Give us a subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us immensely. So we would very much appreciate that. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get started. Debo, missed you last week.
Yeah, great to be back. Feel like I had a bit of FOMO going on not being able to record for that episode, but happy to be back. A lot to get into this episode. I'm excited. We got Super Bowl prep, as well as some college basketball.
Ooh,
Starting to move over in that direction. So should be fun. Thoughts, how you feeling?
Oh, real good. Super Bowl week.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yes. So I think first we'll probably start with a little college basketball. We might as well get this thing rolling. It's about that time of the year. Things are starting to shape up. We're starting to figure out who the real teams are and who those aren't. The first game I want to talk about, Cody, I know you're gonna love this one. So Michigan State last Friday. Actually, we were all out at the bar together watching it. So it was
yes,
a
we
good
were.
time. Good game too. What did you think?
It was a
Yeah.
great game. It was a great game. It was very physical. I love. It was a good old-fashioned Michigan State, big brother versus little brother matchup. As typically happens, the big brother won. Um, but no, it was a very good game. First half, I mean, Michigan was on them. Michigan State couldn't buy a basket. It was they were all over them. There was some. It was starting to get chippy there towards the end. They were having some fouls, calling some technicals. Fears was getting a little talkative to people, and there was
Yeah.
one there was one point where Cheddar said something back at him, and then the ref came over, told him you need to calm it down. And then second half, I mean, credit to Michigan State, they brought it back and actually made it a game, but in the end, we prevailed.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say I think it was it 11, 12 turnovers for Michigan State in the first half. More turnovers than shots made, which I mean, you play anyone, that's hard to overcome. So, a team like Michigan took advantage early and then I mean, yeah, I expected a bit from an Izzo-led team. I mean, quality coach, they have the talent there, so they brought it back in the second half and made it a really close physical game. I think that was, and it was interesting because I think the first half it was physical, but in a sort of violent, unnecessary way. I think it was a little over physical, but they kind of settled in and started playing true basketball. And I mean, yeah, great game though. I'm glad to see us come out with a dub. And I mean, you gotta love a top, what was it, top five, top 10 basketball game. Nothing wrong with that, especially a
Oh yeah.
rivalry game.
Oh yeah, can't go wrong. I was curious. I was gonna ask you, did you see? I think he's a player from Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. But he has his own little conspiracy theory about Michigan State and how they with a basketball rim. So you did see that?
Yeah, I saw that. That was interesting. You want to share with everyone what that
Yeah.
was?
So basically, if you didn't hear the conspiracy theory, I forget the kid's name.
Lou
Um,
Garza.
Luke Garza. Okay, but
Yeah.
basically he says that one of one of the rims at Michigan State is the worst rim in all of college basketball, and he basically says that they make the they Michigan State shoots at that basket the first half, and then so it always looks like they always start out slow, and then the second half it switches, so the away team has to shoot at it, and Michigan State can always make they always make a comeback, and that's how they do it. And I was like, I mean, I don't
You know
know.
what I think? I think what would be cool is to have other players who've played there come out and kind of give their spiel because I mean Garza put it out there. So
Yeah,
I mean you and I saw it. I'm sure a lot of other people saw it. So
we need some
I
people
think that
to
would be interesting.
either confirm or disprove it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. There's something about Michigan State you obviously don't enjoy or like because you're a Michigan fan and it's that in-state rivalry. But when you hear things like that mixed with the chippiness and this and that, it just makes me dislike them a little bit more. It's kind of hard not to,
And
fortunately.
Tom Izzo just being a sore ass loser. Love it.
Man, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because I haven't paid enough attention to see whether that's how Izzo is all the time or if that's just within the rivalry. But he was definitely a sore loser. Could have stood to, have a little more hand up accountability, I would say. But
Any any accountability.
yeah. I mean, he said so obviously the chippiness we're talking about is Fears Jr., Michigan State player, made a couple just non-basketball fouls on people, and one of which wasn't called, but the first one being a breakaway over the top fist slam on a player. Didn't really get ball at all. It was mainly just player, and it looked pretty unnecessary. And then the second instance that really stood out to me the most was Fears Jr. trying to trip Yaxel on a kick out defense.
Yeah.
And he almost lost his footing. It actually did stop him from getting a hand up and actually challenging the shot. I don't believe the shot went in anyways. So I don't know. A lot of things that make you shake your head and I don't know, kind of question Izzo a little bit. I mean, I know he's getting up there now, but I'd like to see more control of the team. I mean, like I said he talked to Fears, but yeah, do something else. Like to me, that's overstepping about to the point of someone like a what's the Duke guy's name? Grayson Allen, I believe.
Yeah.
Just known throughout sports as a dirty player. So yeah, I would have loved to have seen Izzo take some accountability into that, but he had the opportunity and he did not. So
Is he still playing
there,
basketball?
who's that?
Grayson Allen?
I think so. I assume so. He's probably a rotation player. Um, maybe Cleveland, something random like that. Uh, but yeah, some interesting play within that game, interesting comments after the game. Because Cody, did you end up being able to see kind of the post game interviews from both sides?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little chippy, a little back and forth between May and Izzo.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Sure did. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love May's responses. Um, it's just funny because it they just don't even seem like they're in the same league. Like May just seems so much, he just seems like he has so much more class and honor than Tom Izzo right now, and I love to see it.
Yeah, I mean that was Portnoy coming out with his post about the Michigan Man way and all that. Yeah, it was interesting to see. Drew, did you get a chance to weigh in on that? Did you get the chance to see that?
Yeah. Um, First off, it's great for the game. Everything about it is what you
Yeah.
want a rivalry to be. It makes it so much more fun when there's genuine hate, and this is genuine hate.
Yeah.
Izzo genuinely hates Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor generally hates him. It everything. Press conferences, the physicality in the game, perfectly fine with it. It's a rivalry game. Swallow the whistle, let the kids decide it. I thought it was fun to watch. as a neutral party. It was thoroughly enjoyable. I loved everything Fears did. It he hates them. He hates them. Just like I'm sure everybody on Michigan does not like. If they didn't before, they definitely don't like him now. I don't know if I would associate the words class and honor right now. Recency biased with the University of Michigan,
I said
but
May.
yes,
I said May. I said
Dusty
May.
May. He still
Yeah.
Dusty
wears
May.
that block M, so he represents the university.
Dusty May.
Still represents the university.
Yeah, he's
But
the shining star of that university right now.
at least they got one. But anyways, Dusty May's fantastic. Michigan,
Hold on, I can't let this pause. I can't let this slip. You don't think Whittingham is class?
I think he's perfect for what you need right now.
It's a very stark contrast between May and Izzo is basically all I'm saying.
Or
Yeah.
or May could come out and just be authentic. Be like, Izzo, you're kind of a bitch, and I just dog walked you in your building. How about that? How about a little authentic? I pulled out the leash, Izzo. You had that arena overfilled and sent everyone home miserable. How's that feel? I'll see you in the tournament, bud.
You know what's funny about that is I think the photo that he got sitting on the sideline before as the students were coming in did that without saying anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he took a risk in doing it because that could have been the ultimate fail if they had lost the game. But I mean, he's a confident coach. I love it. I also love him not shying away from Izzo and the rivalry. I mean, he just came from FAU 2 years ago, so it's nice to see him embracing the culture a bit. But yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of questions for Izzo, and obviously pertaining to how he allows his players to play the game, but also just this whole NIL era kind of change of basketball. I think there's a little bit of change in the youth and who he has to coach too. I would say because like if you look at the sideline, Fears was yapping in his ear a lot, and if you're at least the way I was raised, you shut up and you listen. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
within reason, but I don't know. I saw a lot from Fears in that made me dislike him. And, that only comes from the top, in my opinion, someone like Izzo. So, I mean, very interesting. I think what's interesting too is kind of this landscape that is college athletics now. I mean, the NIL, the transfer portal, everything that's going on. I think it's completely changed the NCAA, and I don't think for a good way. I mean, Izzo is one of these guys who's been around a long time, and he's someone who's having to endure what this is and what the change is for college athletics. So it'll be interesting to see whether he sort of adapts or, retires, moves on. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
yeah. I wonder how much of it's an Izzo thing and how much of it is a what Izzo can't control anymore thing, and that's how, the money and who it's changing hands with and how much it's changing hands with. And like you said, the NIL has kind of taken some of that power away.
No, I agree. To me, it's kind of it kind of just reminds me of Saban, right? Of how he really couldn't conform to this NIL era, and so he just said, "Screw it, I'm not going to deal with it." And to me, it seems like Izzo's kind of on that same path. I'd be curious how much longer he lasts.
Yeah, I I am too. Like we kind of touched on the NCAA is a different animal, and I mean there needs to be some accountability within the NCAA, and this kind of applies obviously to college football in the playoff, but we need a commissioner or someone to be able to oversee all of this, and there needs to be a board. There needs to be some accountability. There needs to be regulation to it. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw this. Do you guys know who Puff Johnson is?
Negative.
So he's played, I think it was like a total of 46 games for Penn State. And then he transferred out to another university, played 25 games, had no more eligibility, then entered the transfer portal, ended up at Ohio State, and then basically is in the process of suing the NCAA to gain eligibility, saying that he was denied a medical hardship and all this because of his injuries throughout his career and all this. But he has just been issued a temporary restraining order from the NCAA. So he is now eligible to actually play basketball this season. And we're, what, more than halfway through the season at this point. I mean, that's insane to me. I don't
That's
understand how that's even possible.
that's absolutely insane. I don't know how that's yeah, I don't know how that's a thing. I've never heard of such a thing. Isn't the judge, did you already mention the judge is from Ohio State?
Yeah, that's,
The judge
I
that
wouldn't say
granted
that's
the temporary restraining order is from Ohio State?
from the
Hmm.
university, which
Hmm.
I mean, certainly raises a lot of questions. And it's interesting too, because if you guys have seen some of these other situations, I think there's an Alabama player who actually played in the G League for
Yeah,
like
I heard about that.
7 games or something. So he sued the NCAA for the same thing and got a temporary restraining order. But in that situation, the most interesting part of this to me is the fact that an Alabama graduate judge was asked by the NCAA to recuse from the court proceedings and everything because of the bias that is, his Alabama degree and time spent there. So I'm not sure how that doesn't apply to a situation like this. I mean, I guess, in the judge's cases, you hold the power. So kind of do what you want. But I'm with you. Very interesting to see that Ohio State alum judge is the one who issued this temporary restraining order.
It's a dirty school down there. Dirty, dirty.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, before we move on, I looked up just to answer my own inquisitiveness. Grayson Allen is an active player for the Phoenix Suns.
Hmm.
He's averaging about 30 minutes a game right now.
He's actually
Wow.
playing well this year
Six
too.
16.7 points a game.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I gotta assume he's sort of changed his ways as being a, quote unquote dirty player, because I don't know how long or how you last that long in the NBA and be a dirty player. I don't know that I would necessarily want to play with someone like that. But
Yeah, and
and
I haven't seen anything on him.
yeah,
Draymond Green
well,
is still on the
yeah,
Warriors, to be fair.
that's true. Although I saw
You can play like an asshole for a lot of years if you're.
He's about to be getting traded.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, they
that's what I
want
saw
Giannis in a
is
bad way.
I mean,
What if the Warriors got Giannis?
I don't think you can realistically do it now. This is something that's going to happen this summer if Milwaukee was smart because they can wait, see how the draft order lands because it's a lottery instead of finish order like in the NFL. And two, one of the suitors, Miami, will have that has more assets to give them in a potential bidding war. Miami has the most assets, but they don't mature. What did I read from Windhorst? They don't mature until the new league year when it turns in the summer. So they could get a hell of a lot more if they just wait versus now. But who knows?
yeah, I mean I saw that too. It's interesting because if the Warriors do make a move for him, I mean Draymond would have to be included. You'd have to put Jimmy Butler and then what, something first rounds, I would say,
The
somewhere within that region.
the Bobby Marks mock trade was you keep Draymond. It's Butler and Kuminga and 4 firsts go the other way in that deal. You keep Buddy Hield and you keep Draymond and add Giannis. That's not the worst trade in the world.
No, but you certainly would have to send the house to, like you said, to get it done. Yeah, they would have done better to just let this go into the or have already traded him instead of letting this drag into an open season. Um, and real quick before we move on to Drew, James Harden traded from your Clippers. Thoughts on that?
I'm actually really happy about it. The only thing that concerns me with Garland is he's currently out right now with this toe injury, but it's the third time he's had this injury in 5 years. What I do like is that he's cost and team controlled for the next 3 years. He's still only 26. So we actually do finally have a young piece to kind of build around. And even if we do sneak into the playoffs, it's not like Harden will show up anyway. Yeah, he's top 10 on the all-time scoring list. He's also the worst playoff performer that's a superstar in the history of the NBA.
Sixers know that all too well.
Same,
Yeah.
same. He is I I I can't even explain what happens. He just forgets how to play basketball in the playoffs. He's the biggest flake. He I don't know. I can't even put words to it. It's bad. It's
Yeah.
bad. His splits in the playoffs, as far as shooting percentage, like, oh my God, they're
It's
god
night and
awful.
day. Well, yeah, it's almost night and day Jekyll and Hyde. Like it's unexplainable. It really is.
I read a
But
stat that in his career, games 4 through 7 in the playoffs, his shooting percentage is in the low 20s,
so basically like you've never played before.
and
Copy
it's
that.
barely 30 in games 1 through 3.
Yeah, that's
So
atrocious. I'm
I'll
happy to
take
see
the
him go.
trade.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right. With that, we're going to switch on over to NFL Super Bowl. It is Super Bowl week. The Pro Bowl flag football game is going on as we speak. I'm watching, NFC versus AFC, and I just watched Jalen Hurts toss a touchdown to Bijan Robinson. But yeah, we got Seattle Seahawks, Mike McDonald, Sam Darnold versus New England Patriots, Mike Vrabel, Drake May. How we feeling, boys?
I'm excited. It's interesting that you labeled and riddled off those coaches and quarterbacks because who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk we would have been here? I mean, if you're a betting man and somehow you in your cosmos was able to create this parlay, you're a very rich man right now. But not what I was expecting. Should be a great game though. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Uh, I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Seahawks. I mean, I've been spewing this all year. Uh, I think the NFC is head and shoulders better than the AFC and whatever they could produce in the Super Bowl. So I mean, personally, I'm pulling for the Seahawks. I don't know. That Patriots and Mike Vrabel though, definitely. Drew, you touched on this earlier in the year, and they're just ahead of schedule. They really are. Whether it be an easier schedule or this or that or injuries, they're where they want to be. So I'm looking forward to a good game. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Potts?
I mean, kind of what you just touched on. I I've been consistent in saying that New England's early to the party. Uh, when me and Cody hit on it a little bit last week, and I rattled off their schedule. Half their schedule had fired coaches. Their playoff schedule had just what is the shell of Justin Herbert after getting killed all year with no offensive line. You get no Bo Nix because it would have been a lot different if Jared Stidham could move like Bo Nix in that game. Um, Houston, CJ Stroud doesn't know how to play football anymore. Looks more like Justin Fields, but I guess Ohio State just can't produce quarterbacks. Um, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I don't, I think the over unders 46 and a half, right? Oh, it's down to 45 and a half at FanDuel.
45 and a
Uh,
half. Yep. And
24,
Seahawks are minus 4.5.
yeah. Um, 24-21 sounds about right around that number, maybe. Um, man, I see no avenue with how much Drake May's turned over the football too in the playoffs. I mean, yeah, he threw 3 touchdowns for Houston. He also had 3 turnovers. Again, he was bailed out by C.J. Stroud, Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud. Um, yeah, I agree with you. I think I'll go Seattle and feel pretty confident in that.
I kind of figured both of you were going to go Seattle. And I will say, because of that, I'm going with New England.
You just don't want to make mesh, man.
No, I am going with New England. That's just that's just how it's going to be because every time we all pick the same team, they lose. So I'm just gonna, I mean, we might have disproved that maybe once or twice, but for the most part, when we are all on the same page, we lose. So I am just gonna go with the opposite. I'm going with New England. But on a real note, I'm going with the experience here. And Mike Vrabel is one of the only ones that has been to this dance. He he knows what to expect, especially being there with New England. So, kind of like I did throughout a lot of these playoffs, I'm picking the experience. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be mad if Seattle wins. I mean, Mike McDonald's a Michigan man. I mean, didn't go there, but our ex-coach. I mean, I'm rooting for him. I mean, he's got some Michigan guys on this squad as well. I mean, I'm rooting for them. I wouldn't be mad if they won, but I'm thinking New England's going to win this game. I'm going with experience. I'm going with Mike Vrabel. Just he knows what it's going to take to get this done, and that's what I'm going with.
I think that's a dang good pick, honestly. Especially if history repeats itself. Like you said, we've only done that or broken that theory once or twice this year. But I'll tell you what, I just love that we can circle back to the fact that we've got Mike McDaniel, Michigan guy on that national championship coaching staff, and now Jesse Minter. I mean, that 2023 coaching staff was absolutely loaded. It's unbelievable.
So there you have it, guys. Debo and Potts are going Seattle Seahawks, and I'm going to be on the opposite side of the fence, and I'm going New England Patriots. Shouts out to you, Mej. I'm right here, baby. Let's go. But that being said, we only have one game, so kind of difficult to do a, sports on the rocks touchdown parlay like we are used to. But Potts and I talked about it a little bit last week. Um, what if we just do a props parlay for the Super Bowl? And so I think that's what we're gonna
Please.
go ahead and do. We're just gonna pick any prop. If you want to pick a touchdown score, you can, but just pick any prop and throw these three together, and we're gonna get a parlay going for the Super Bowl.
I'm so thankful to be done with anytime parlays because it was not kind to me at all this season. I mean, I went with the odds. I didn't go with the odds. So I'm happy to hear that. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you mine first. Never in a million years did I think that this would come out of my mouth. My prop is going to be Sam Darnold, Super Bowl MVP. That's plus 115 for you gamblers out there. So that will be my pick. Usually goes to a quarterback, and Sam Darnold is that guy.
Love it. Love it. It bodes well if you're, picking Seattle to win. So, Drew,
And
what you got? What you got,
I'm gonna
Pots?
hop right on that train with Debo. I'm gonna take it minus 174 Cooper Cup 3+ receptions. I think New England tries
Mm.
to take away Njigba. I think New England will keep a safety over the top for Rashid Shaheed. And if there's anybody that specializes in 5 to 10 yard in routes, it's Cooper Cup.
Love
And I
that.
think Darnold's going to want to get that ball out quick. So I'm going to go Cooper Cup 3+ receptions minus 174.
Well, you guys went with your picks, so naturally I gotta go with my pick. So give me Kayshawn Booty for 25 plus receiving yards. Right now it's at minus 166. He's averaging right about 50 yards per game here in the playoffs. So 25 yards, that's one catch. Easy. If you're feeling juicy, right now they have 40 plus at plus odds, plus 140s, or if you're feeling juicy, I mean, you could even do that, but say I'm going playing a little bit safe. We're just gonna go 25. Just to recap, we got Kayshawn Booty plus 25 yards receiving. We have Cooper Cup, 3+ receptions, and we have Sam Darnold, MVP. I haven't plugged them all in to see what we're looking at right now. You got,
Um, Plug those in and tell me what FanDuel says.
okay, I got,
Obviously, folks, we're not sponsored by FanDuel. These are just
Yet.
the apps that we use. But I'll tell you what, FanDuel, if you want to hook us up, we'd be more than appreciative of that. So, you know the podcast. I'm
where'd you,
excited for this. I can't wait for the Super Bowl. I'll tell you what.
where'd you see MVP at, Debo?
That was just on popular props.
Popular props.
That prop can't be a part of the
You might be
parlay.
able to scroll. You might be able to scroll over. Oh, really? Oh, that's unfortunate.
Mine and Cody's
Well,
combined, that one does not.
yeah.
Sorry, Debo, you got to pick a
Well,
more
that's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift my focus a tiny bit then, and I'm going to go with rushing yards, and I'm gonna do Kenneth Walker at minus 240, 60 plus yards. That's a couple runs, couple handoffs, a breakaway. That'll be my next pick. I'm going to go Kenneth Walker 60 plus at minus 240 odds. So a little safer, at least by Vegas's account, but I like that one too. So let's lock it in.
All right, so with Kayshawn Booty at 25 receiving yards, Kenneth Walker at 60 rushing yards, and Cooper Kupp at 3 receptions, you put those three together on FanDuel right now, you get at plus 260 for the parlay. Not too bad. Just an easy little something that we're gonna make some money. So I'm submitting it.
Love that.
I just threw
What's
Submit
some
it.
a
money
what's
on it
a
right now.
can you tell me what that here? I'll just set it up as well. Screw it.
So that is done. We are in there. We got some skin in the game for the Super Bowl. Just uh just to retouch on the head coaching positions. Since our last week podcast, there was 3 openings: Arizona, Cleveland, and Las Vegas. And as of now, they're all filled. Arizona hired Mike LaFleur, former Los Angeles Rams offensive coordinator. Little side note, Sean McVay's last 4 offensive coordinators are all head coaches right now, currently in the NFL. Started with Kevin O'Connell, or started with his brother Matt LaFleur, and then was Kevin O'Connell, then Liam Cohen, and now Mike LaFleur. So all of them went on to become head coaches. Uh, the other three seem to be doing pretty decent. Let's see how Mike LaFleur does. Then Cleveland, Todd Monken is hired in, which is a poor hire in my opinion. And then did you see the shitstorm with Schwartz? I mean, it said the rumor was he's leaving, but I haven't seen officially since then.
It's because he's still under contract. He can't technically just leave.
I think I saw some report that said that he has not been to the building in X amount of time since this whole thing's kind of been going on, which does not bode well. And that's a huge loss. Drew, you touched on it last episode. Jim Schwartz is huge for Cleveland. And for them to potentially lose him, I be interesting to see where they go next and if there's a decline in that defense. Because I know all too well with Jim Schwartz in his time at Detroit. He's not a bad coach. He knows what the hell he's doing. I just, to me, that makes no sense, like you said, Cody.
Well, I just don't understand if they wanted to keep him so bad, just make him the freaking head coach. I don't understand
They
why.
interviewed him
Like,
twice.
that's what I'm like, I just don't understand what the deal was. Like, we want you to stay, but you're not going to be the head coach. Like, who would want to stick around after that? I don't know. Just doesn't make
Browns
sense.
being Browns.
Exactly. The Browns gonna brown. But the last opening, well, this one wasn't the last to get filled, but the last on the list, Las Vegas, Clint Kubiak, who is Seattle's current offensive coordinator, is intending to be the coach. I don't think it's official. It can't be official until the season's over, but the intentions are that Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak will be the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Good hire. Him and Mendoza together. Last time
Yeah, I don't
CJ
mind that
Stroud
either.
last time Stroud knew how to throw a football, Kubiak was his offensive coordinator before he left for Seattle. Mendoza will benefit from that.
There you go. Well, do you boys have anything else to touch on before we wrap this up with our question of the day?
I do, actually.
Take it away.
I didn't get a chance. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to weigh in on Arthur Smith heading back to Ohio State. And I tell you what, I got to disagree with you, Cody, in your comment that he's a good coach. I absolutely love that Ohio State hired him. I mean,
Oh yeah.
to me, the last, well, just the seasons in Pittsburgh, I mean, they were terrible in the bottom in scoring and in offense. And then obviously going to Atlanta and his time there, they weren't anything special either. So to me, this feels like a step back for Ohio State as far as the offense is concerned. I don't have a lot of faith in Arthur Smith, and I can only give my comments on his previous track record in the NFL, but I love to see this as a Michigan man and a Michigan fan because it to me it signals a downward trend in their offense, to be quite honest. But that's something I wanted to touch on because I obviously, missed last week. But yeah, I don't love that hire at all for
Hey,
Ohio
I
State.
I hope I
But
hope you're right. I hope you're freaking right.
yeah, I mean that's what I'm hoping too. And I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, there's some transition. I just, like you said, I can't believe he left the NFL to go back to college. I thought that was quite an interesting move. And maybe it's because of his previous two stops not going all that well and he wanted a reset. So, I mean, it could work out well for them, but I don't know. My gut just tells me that that's going to be a regression as far as offense is concerned at Ohio State, which, I mean, us being Michigan guys, hell, I'll take it. I hope I'm right.
Yeah, I hope you're right too. I will say I did see one of the, side notes or conspiracies of why he went there. is his dad is like the CEO or founder of FedEx or something crazy like that and worth billions.
Yeah, I actually saw that report too. It'd be interesting to see if I mean it'll probably never come out whether that's the motive or not, but I wonder if that NIL fund goes up just a little bit. I would
Yeah,
imagine so.
I can't imagine it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. But yeah, that's it'll be interesting. I'm excited. I mean, we got spring ball around the corner, but I'm rearing to go already. I'm impatient.
See the captains?
Yes,
Captains
I
of spring
did.
ball. We got Bryce
Hmm.
Underwood, Jordan Marshall, Trey Pierce, and Rod Moore, baby, coming back again. I just want to see him play, honestly. It bummed me out that he wasn't able to make it back to the field last season. I just like him. I mean, I think he's a good person, and I mean, obviously he's a great player, or was before his injury. So I'm just hoping he can get back to playing back to somewhat that level of high playing, high level of playing.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I think that he's a likable guy. He does things the right way, he says the right things. You know what I mean? You could tell that he came and was raised in a good home. He's got good morals and all that sort of stuff. But to touch on it, like you said, I mean, it's been 2 years of him not playing football, really. So it'll be nice for him to get back out there. And I'd love to see him come back healthy. I think is the first thing I'd like to see. And then, yeah, I would love to see him get some of that draft stock back. I mean, national championship, he played out of his mind in that season in total. So he's fully capable of it. We'll see what the injuries have done to him and if he can perform at a high level.
We're gonna be wrapping this up with our question of the day. Today we got a little bit of an interesting one. So just imagine that on your hand, it could be either hand, your right hand or left hand, whichever you choose. Each finger you could dispense an unlimited amount of any liquid. So you have five liquids that you could just have at your literal fingertips at any time. What would those five liquids be?
Drew, I'll
I'll
let you take
start.
this one.
Yeah, I'll start this one. Um, I went across the board. Uh, Crown Royal Vanilla, uh, for the alcohol, Budweiser for the alcohol, Pepsi, tropical flavored Red Bull, the yellow can, and then I needed like a more realistic, like not kill myself option that wasn't alcohol or energy drinks. I went with guava juice. It's my favorite kind of juice. Fucking so good. So those would be my five.
I like those. I think it's interesting that you went with Crown Royal Vanilla. That seems like a very specific. I mean, that's your go-to though. Then that's your go-to.
Love
You
vanilla
know,
flavor. So that was an easy choice.
yeah, I like those. I kind of did something similar. So I went practical to start. My first one was water. I
I
mean,
mean,
nothing wrong with
I
some
Oh,
good,
mean,
good unfiltered water. My body
whoops.
needs it, boys. Well, all our bodies
Whoops.
need
hey,
it.
same
So,
dog,
I
same,
mean,
same,
I thought
same.
that was
Whoops.
a good way to start. And then second, I am a coffee drinker. So I would choose coffee as my second one. Then I have to buy the creamer because I'm not taking up a finger for creamer. But and then it just seems like a waste to me. Uh, and then next, I went with something that could replenish me. So I went with Blue Frost or Cool Frost, I guess is what it is. Gatorade. That's my third one. Figured you might as well get something with a little bit of electrolytes and this and that. Plus, it tastes really good. Uh, And then with my next one, I went Juicy Freak IPA, and that is from Denver Brew Co. That is my all-time favorite beer. I I'll tell you what, it's kind of sad because moving back here, I can't get it. It's a regional thing that they sell it like out there. It's called King Supers, but like here it would be Kroger's. But unfortunately, they don't carry it. So I've actually considered having that shipped from a couple friends from Denver just to kind of stock up a little bit. But and then my very last one, um, I'm gonna go with Crown Royal apple for mine.
Love
Just a
that.
little crapple. Yeah, I mean, you might as well. I figure I hit the water. I got my coffee, which I need, got some electrolytes, and then kind of went alcohol. I feel like I'd probably get tired of the Crown Apple, but that seems like a pretty good bet. So those will be my five.
Before Cody goes, they asked Sam Darnold this today. They did rapid fire questions at Super Bowl Media Day. Since you like coffee so much, Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Ooh. Between the two of them, probably Starbucks, just because I think it's a little better quality bean.
Yeah, but they don't have Ben
Um,
Affleck and Matt Damon.
yeah, I could live without that. I mean, no disrespect to Ben Affleck or Matt Damon,
That's
Whoa,
messed
dude.
but
up.
Whoa.
yeah, I mean, for me, it's just a better bean. I will say, I think like if I
I
had
love
the
me a good bean.
choice,
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, that's crucial to a good coffee. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have a good bean.
If you
But
if you catch my drift. Well, I guess that leaves me. Um, yeah, so n number one was easy. Water. I mean, you hit it, Debo. I mean, I need water. I drink water every day. I need water. I mean, that's just a necessity. Everyone needs it. Yeah, that's just it explains itself. Water.
Way to be
let me
responsible,
ask you.
guys.
I mean, I try. Cody, let me ask you, spring water or filtered water?
Spring, natural spring water all day, every day.
Really?
Yeah,
It just
miss
tastes
me
so
with
disgusting to me.
yeah, miss me with that purified bull crap.
I would go purified. That's funny.
Purified through plastic and all kinds of other metals and everything else. Just give me the natural,
Well,
God-given nectar, earth
yeah.
nectar.
Mm-hmm. It quite literally is.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's a good choice.
number one water, spring water. Number two, Jack Daniels. Old number seven, Black Label. Good old fashioned Jack D. Drink it at, that's the drink of choice. And then to go with that, obviously, we need Coke, but I'm not going to go regular Coke. I'm going Coke Zero. We're going Coke Zero over here. Got to watch the
Oh,
calories
does it taste the same?
for the most part.
Enough so much so that you could do it? I
Yeah.
get you.
Yeah. And then number four, this one was a little different. Body Armor Tropical Coconut. That's just a hitter. That I mean, I wasn't sure on my last that was my last one. And I wasn't really I knew I wanted some kind of, juice or Gatorade or something like that. And when you said the Gatorade and that just put it right there. Yeah. Body Armor, that's my go-to. It's tropical coconut. Oh, it's wonderful. But that would be number four. Number five, another practical one, gasoline.
Everclear.
Ooh,
No, just some straight gasoline.
wow.
Oh,
I don't ever got to go to the
That's
gas station again, boy.
you just gotta finger your car. You're
Just get
good.
in there.
Dude, that's a great one. I love that one. I feel silly for not thinking of it. I mean, that's a solid five.
when
I
you
almost with that, I think I would change Crown Apple to gas. I think I would. That's a genius pick.
When you said
That's a
gasoline, I
genius
went
pick.
straight to Everclear.
Yeah, I caught that. Straight gas, homie.
Mm,
Well, that's our question of the day. That's our podcast. Make sure reach out to us. Let us know what are your five liquids that you could have on your hand at your fingertips at any time. Five liquids. But we appreciate everyone for sticking around, hanging out with us, tuning in. We appreciate the love. We've got some viewership, and so we definitely appreciate that. Just want to keep bumping those numbers up. So please like, subscribe, follow us, comment. Send us a DM. We're on X. We're on Instagram, YouTube, SOTR underscore pod guys on all the platforms. Yeah, just interact with us, and we appreciate you hanging out, listening to us, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
see ya.